Hi, my name is Melanie Filiatra. I have been asked by the APS Graduate Student Committee to put together a short presentation discussing the role of the USDA and the future of plant pathology. First, I will start by telling you a little bit about myself. I am a research molecular biologist with the United States Department of Agriculture, Agricultural Research Service. I work in the Plant Microbe Interactions Research Unit located in Ithaca, New York. My research is a component of a large group project studying the systems biology of Pseudomonas. In particular, we focus on the plant pathogen Pseudomonas syringae, strain DC3000, which causes bacterial speck on the leaves and fruit of tomato plants. My personal research interests are in transcriptome mapping and the identification of small, non-coding RNAs produced by the bacteria. I am also a courtesy professor in the Department of Plant Pathology and Plant Microbiology at Cornell University. As I just mentioned, I'm not a plant pathologist. I was trained as a microbiologist and molecularist. However, my current research focus pertains to plant disease, and I work closely with plant pathologists. Today, I hope I can share some insights with you about working for the USDA. I thought I would first start by providing some information about the USDA and the Agricultural Research Service. The USDA was founded in 1862 when President Lincoln signed into law an act of Congress which established the United States Department of Agriculture. Lincoln called the USDA the People's Department. The purpose of the agency was to support agriculture by developing and executing federal government policy on farming, agriculture, forestry, and food. The law directed the department to, quote, acquire and to diffuse among the people of the United States useful information on subjects connected with agriculture in the most general and comprehensive sense of the word. In 2012, the USDA celebrated 150 years of service and work in areas such as food and agriculture, nutritional programs, global warming, conservation, food security, economic development, disaster relief, and many other areas. We also celebrated partnership with more than 100 colleges and universities that comprise the nation's land-grant university system. USDA is comprised of a number of mission areas. They are Farm and Foreign Agricultural Services, Food, Nutrition, and Consumer Services, Food Safety, Marketing, and Regulatory Programs, Natural Resources and Environment, Rural Development, and the Research, Education, and Economics. The Research, Education, and Economics, or REE, area of the U.S. Department of Agriculture is responsible for advancing scientific knowledge related to agriculture through research, extension, and education. Within REE, there are 4 component agencies. They are the National Institutes of Food and Agriculture, or NIFA. This is USDA's primary extramural research funding agency. Its mission is to advance knowledge for agriculture, the environment, and human health and well-being by funding research, education, and extension projects and programs. I will mention more about NIFA later. The other agency is the Economic Research Service, or ERS. This agency provides economic analysis on efficiency, efficacy, and equity issues related to food, agriculture, the environment, and rural development. The National Agricultural Statistics Service provides statistics and prepares reports covering U.S. agriculture. And the last of the 4 agencies is the Agricultural Research Service, or ARS. The ARS is the principal in-house research agency of the USDA. The Agricultural Research Agency was established in 1953. The mission of the ARS is to conduct research to develop and transfer solutions to agricultural problems of high national priority and provide information access and dissemination. The ARS does this to ensure high-quality, safe food and other agricultural products, assess the nutritional needs of Americans, sustain a competitive agricultural economy, enhance the natural resource base and the environment, and provide economic opportunities for rural citizens, communities, and society as a whole. The ARS workforce is currently comprised of 9,000 total employees. Of these, 2,000 are research scientists working in a wide range of disciplines. There are approximately 161 plant pathologists. There are also approximately 1,200 research projects, which are organized into 4 major program areas, and they are nutrition, food safety and quality, animal production and protection, natural resources and sustainable agricultural systems, and crop production and protection, which focuses on plant diseases. I'll focus on this program since it is most relevant to plant diseases, and my research is also a part of this program. One of the interesting things about the research in the ARS is that it is supported by intramural funding. Since we are an agency of REE, Congress establishes our annual budget on the basis of the President's proposed budget and research priorities. ARS research is peer-reviewed every year. Most of the review panelists are external to the ARS. And in order to begin your research, you must have a satisfactory review. The research must be relevant to an ARS National Program Action Plan. And the primary driver of the research is the need to solve a problem. And this is not investigator curiosity or the novelty of the idea. In contrast to other grant agents, projects are not in competition for funding. There are extramural funds provided through the USDA. This organization is the National Institute of Food and Agriculture, or NIFA, as I mentioned earlier. This is a competitive grant program that was established under the 2008 Farm Bill. NIFA was created to advance knowledge by supporting research through several ways. One is through grants to individuals, institutions, or organizations, through education, and also through extension programs in the land-grant universities or other partner organizations. The grant opportunities through this funding agency are focused in 5 challenge areas. Those areas are global food security and hunger, climate change, sustainable energy, childhood obesity, and food safety. ARS and NIFA national program leaders work closely together to ensure that the research funded by each agency is complementary and is not duplicated. Collaboration is valued in the ARS, and the ARS establishes collaborations through many partnerships. ARS scientists frequently collaborate with research partners from universities, companies, other organizations, and other countries. The collaborations I am most familiar with are collaborations established with a university partner, since my lab is located in the Department of Plant Pathology on the Cornell University campus. There are approximately 51 USDA-ARS personnel in Ithaca. Many of these scientists, including myself, have collaborations with Cornell University scientists. Access to resources that Cornell has to offer, such as core facilities, is a benefit to having these collaborations. Cornell University also provides laboratory space, offices, and or land to the scientists. The USDA also employs Cornell students as interns or graduate assistants. And the USDA scientists frequently are guest lecturers. The university also is a source of, the USDA is a source of funding for the universities. Recently, 10 Cornell Specialty Crops projects received USDA funding. These partnerships have produced a number of important scientific discoveries relevant to plant pathology research, as well as other plant science-related research. I do want to point out some key differences between ARS scientists and other scientists. Since we are a problem-solving agency that answers to our stakeholders, we tend to lack academic freedom. By this I mean we are held to a mission and do not always have the opportunity to work on other projects. We are also held accountable, meaning that our performance is measured against the achievement of the agency's strategic goals. And we must focus our research on delivering programs that address customers' needs. This requires responding to critical problems. There are many programs in the USDA-ARS that perform plant pathology-related research, but I just want to highlight one specific national program that focuses on plant disease research. That is National Program 303. The vision of this national program is to ensure crops and landscapes are protected from plant diseases using scientifically based, environmentally sound, and cost-effective methods. Its mission is to develop control strategies to reduce losses caused by plant diseases that are effective and affordable while maintaining environmental quality. The program includes 4 main research components, and they are diagnostics, etiology, and systematics, biology and epidemiology of plant disease, plant health management, and alternatives to methylbromide soil fumigation. Within this national program, there are a number of diverse projects that focus on plant disease-related research. I've highlighted on this slide some of the past and present research accomplishments related to plant disease research performed by ARS scientists and their collaborators within the last 5 years. ARS scientists have identified a number of new pathogens. These projects have identified more than 70 new pathogenic species of plant-associated fungi, nematodes, viruses, and phytoplasms. ARS scientists, along with their collaborators, were the first to report incidents of sugarcane orange rust in the Western Hemisphere. ARS scientists have identified and developed rapid, accurate diagnostics for potato cyst nematode, HLB, and B99. These projects have also developed new technologies for pathogen and vector management control. Examples include zebra chip of potato disease, management strategies for Pierce's disease of grape, and diseases caused by Xylella fastidiosus. These scientists have also identified new metabolites contributing to biological control. They have identified novel traits from the genome of the biological control organism Pseudomonas fluorescens strain PF5. And ARS scientists, with their collaborators, have also began use of a commercial product known as AfloGuard for the management strategy for aflatoxin in peanut and corn. In addition to the mentioned research projects, ARS also performs research in several national initiatives. Every 5 years, the national programs set forth an action plan for future research needs. Future areas of plant disease-related research include the detection and identification of plant pathogens in soils, plants, plant materials, agricultural products, disease vectors, and other or materials suspected of harboring a pathogen. The pathogens that the focus for future research efforts are those with high impact on crop yield, quality, and producer income. Those pathogens that are of regulatory or quarantine importance, those that have an importance to national biosecurity, or those organisms that may have an application for understanding virulence or infection modes or other basic mechanisms. The other areas of future research include sequencing the genomes of these emerging pathogens or of major and specialty crops, developing an understanding of how these pathogens cause disease, trigger and suppress host defenses, survive, reproduce, and disperse and coexist with vectors to move between hosts, There's also a need for developing methods for determining the genetic diversity and population dynamics of pathogens in the field, along with developing a more in-depth understanding of crop resistance mechanisms and defense responses. And there is also a need to perform field research to evaluate the integration of multiple control tactics into disease management systems. I hope that I have been able to show you that the USDA has made many research achievements and led efforts to improve the management of diseases caused by plant pathogens. Making sure consumers have an abundant supply of fruits and vegetables is part of the Agricultural Research Service's mandate, and research on plant diseases is essential for this mission. I focused on one component of ARS research, but there are other areas that I did not talk about today, such as those efforts with the USDA Forest Service or the USDA Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service, where plant pathologists currently have an important role and will continue to play an essential role in plant disease research. The future success of the USDA and plant pathology will depend on joint collaborative efforts, especially multidisciplinary research partnerships and those partnerships with the universities. These efforts will provide important sources of funding for plant disease-related research, but also they'll increase the productivity and increase the rate at which plant diseases are identified and managed. The USDA-ARS will also play an important role in the training of future plant pathologists by providing opportunities to educate students, such as during undergraduate training or during their graduate studies, and also providing postdoctoral training. There will always be plant diseases. Many of these plant diseases will cause significant agricultural losses, impacting national and global food security. The USDA will be an important player in identifying and in managing these plant diseases. Thank you for your time.